Each leader had their own image from the virtual G7 meeting, and together the idea was a show of strength and unity. There has, after all, been little of either this past week. Led by Boris Johnson, the consensus was to persuade President Biden that more time was needed to complete the withdrawal. They wanted an extension to the August 31st deadline. The American president disagreed.
We are currently on a pace to finish by August the 31st. The sooner we can finish, the better. Each day of operations brings added risk to our troops. But the completion by August 31st depends upon the Taliban continuing to cooperate.
Of course, invidious as it may be, delaying the US departure wasn't a decision President Biden could make without a guarantee from the Taliban that it would continue to cooperate with America. The president is being advised from the ground that an attack against coalition forces is a growing danger. And from the Taliban spokesman, the message couldn't have been clearer.
31st is the time given, and after that, it's something that's been against the agreement. All people should be removed prior to that date.
And that is why dialogue between America, their intermediaries, and the Taliban is absolutely key. It's striking that it was the CIA director who met the leader of the Taliban this week in Kabul. That shows just how high-level these talks are. The Qataris will also play a key role in the days ahead. My understanding is that they are doing all they can, if not to extend that deadline, then at least to allow safe passage of people to continue after the Americans have left. In the absence of any progress there, the British Prime Minister is looking longer term.
We've got together the leading Western powers and agreed not just a joint approach to dealing with the evacuation, but also a roadmap for the way in which we're going to engage with the Taliban.
Yet from the UN's human rights chief, a grim assessment of the reality.
Summary executions of civilians and all the combat members of the Afghan National Security Forces. Restrictions on the right of women, including the right to move around freely and girls' right to attend school. Recruitment of child soldiers and repression of peaceful protests and expression of dissent.
The US president has been consistent throughout this process, holding his position through such chaos.
Mr. President, can you guarantee every American will be out before the troops leave?
Now it is the Taliban apparently calling the shots over the coalition withdrawal. Mark Stone, Sky News at the White House.